So, you've all probably heard about the Rwanda bill. Now, the Rwanda bill, the idea is that if people come into this country from another country who are pretending to claim asylum that don't actually have any rights to it, and they find out, that they will deport them to Rwanda, something like that. Now, on the right of politics, they're saying this is a good idea, this will act as a deterrent, and, you know, we need to get it through. The Liberals and the left don't want it. They want to keep every one of them here. They don't want any of them going back. But what they're doing is they're using the excuse, like, say, for instance, Rwanda itself. There are actually a handful of people, and I mean a handful, like a dozen or something like that, according to this law, that have actually come from Rwanda and are trying to claim asylum here for political reasons. The theory being is that they criticise the government, and their government don't take too kindly to that. So they're saying that their position is unsafe. So their argument is, how can we send somebody to Rwanda from here who was claiming asylum when people are trying to get asylum from Rwanda because it's dangerous? Now, the other counter argument with that was a few people, and as long as you don't criticise the government, you're fine. So now every one of them knows that all they've got to do is criticise the government, and they scupper that plan. So it's not very bright. They're saying, this is the left, is that this law or this bill goes against laws that we've signed in the past, and treaties, laws and treaties that we agreed that we would take people pretty much without question, okay, but that we would take these people, and it goes against them. And what the argument is now is that, well, we may have signed all these agreements, well, moreover, you actually have signed all these agreements, but you didn't do any of this in the best interest of the people within this country. And since you've signed these things and flooded our country full of a demographic which doesn't represent, or doesn't look like the average person within the UK, that has a completely different mindset, that's come from a country which is, at best, pretty savage, many of them, okay? And also this has been abused by a lot of people that have never actually seen a war or been persecuted, but fancy getting on the benefits train in Great Britain. So they've travelled from wherever. All along the way, they've been met with NGOs who have got them information, places to stay, mobile phones, taken documents off them, given them new documentation if they could, or told them what to say when they got to certain legal, like, I don't know, say for instance, they get caught by the border force, what to say, etc, etc. So they're briefed all the way through, and these are funded. Where they get funded from is another thing, but that's a story for another video. But even so, the left are going to do everything they can to scupper this, because they want every single one of these people coming in because they are a potential voter. That's one of the reasons. There are others, okay? And some people in government to the right want to see this because they see it as a deterrent, though it's not much of a deterrent. But it really shows you that these people within the Lords that are trying to scupper this plan at every point are doing so because they're actively working against the best interests of this country. Whether they're driven by political ideology, that they want to achieve an aim, or they have a goal that they believe that this mass importation of third world demographic will achieve, whether that's their goal, whether they're just drivelling morons that want to look good in front of others, or whether they're being financially rewarded, allegedly. We won't know, because you'll never get inside their thinking. But what I can say is that I truly actually believe that they're working within the worst interests of this country, and that at some point in the future, when the pendulum swings back the other way, there will need court cases brought together where we will look at the actions of these people and also their financial arrangements of how they made money, allegedly, out of this situation, and see if there's actually any crime being committed, because I truly think there is. I've never known a government and the Lords, I've never known a time before where they have actively at every step made laws, made plans, enacted stuff that was so heavily against the interests of that country, of our own country, of our people. And I can't believe, although I have to because I can see it, that these people have acted in such a way as to put its own population in so much danger. They've wantedly acted in such a way that, knowing what they know, and they will know, is that they've done it on purpose, And there's a word for that. And I'll get you to put that in the comments, what you think that word is. But there it is. And this is if this Rwanda bill gets through, because it seems to be one of the only thing in the news apart from is Kate still alive and photoshopping. Oh, and Banksy throwing allegedly a load of green paint behind all over a wall behind a tree to resemble the tree actually having foliage. Not even Banksy would do that piece of shit. But even so, that's the news. That's the level of the news. But this Rwanda thing, this will bounce to and from, and I really truly hope it will get through. But it's nowhere near enough. But some deterrent might be enough just to keep some of them from making the final crossing and staying in, say, for instance, France or wherever. But going forward, when politics change and swings back the other way, we've got to find a way of reversing everything that's been done, and that's going to be one of the most impossible jobs there is, but it still has to be faced. So there it is. Anyway, let me know what you think about the Rwanda bill and the video in the comments, and I'll have a read through.
If you like the content I'm making and you want to support my work, here's a few links in the description, but only if you can afford it. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next one.